Hello viewers, I salute you from wherever you are watching from. Yesterday, the three top Dibias, Akwa Okuko, Onyeze Jesus, and Eke Heat were brought again in court. Earlier, people began to raise alarm that these guys are overstaying in custody. Several rights groups were complaining. So this was the second time they are being brought to court. And I think they were arraigned on the first appearance. This time around, it was adjourned again to 16th May 2025. That is a month from now and some days. Now, based on people's reaction, if the government has no case against these guys, they should let them go. Me too, I'm wondering why they are adjourning the case. I think the government should have been ready by now. All this while, what were they doing? An Igbo man will say, Ogini jinketong. Now, a lot of people have reacted to this. Somebody said he supports the adjournment. Why did he support the adjournment? He said, investigation will continue, further investigation. He said, those men led a lot of our youths astray. They have showed our youth the wrong paths. And this person still added that Okite is powerless. So a case of deceiving our youths to trust in what cannot really save them. Because if you look at it, a lot of criminals, the armed robbers, they get support of these Juju priests, native doctors, Dibias. You know, there are different kind of native doctors. There's these ones that prepare herbs for health. They are like the doctors we know, but they are traditional side of medicine. Those ones are different from what we are saying. These guys are different from them. Let's make it clear. So this guy said the Okite is powerless, but they are giving people fake trust. And these people will trust on with this, carry out their deadly operations, being given hope. Oh, when you take this medicine, you'll be able to cross the counter of that bank. You will not be caught. You will do your mission will be successful. So things like that. I don't really want to go into the claim of this other person. He said they will remain in custody until after the election. That is to say, he's trying to say, Soludo is using them to play politics. And while a lot of things are going on the ground, there is massive looting by the government, according to this guy. The government is only using these people to distract people, our attention, mesmerize people. Meanwhile, the government is doing certain things, packing Anambra's money, according to this particular person. And this person likens this case to that of Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government is using Nnamdi Kanu to distract everybody. They said during the election, you will see all of a sudden, those guys, Akwa Okuko and the rest, will get bail. And perhaps, according to this person too, during the election, for Tinubu to get the support of Ndibo, he might release Nnamdi Kanu, and Ndibo will say, oh, he released Nnamdi Kanu, and oh, this man should come back, and he will get massive vote from Igbo areas. But let's look at this other point. I want to ask us a question. Do you really think those guys, those native doctors, those Dibias, do you think they are of good example and good influence to our youths? You know, it is easy to get sympathetic over something because of some other factors that may not have to do with that thing. Some of those who are supporting these Okite guys, some of the people who are supporting them are doing so just because they hate the government. So whatever the government is doing, they will be on the opposite side. Whether what the government is doing is good, they will never stand with the government. They will always take the other side. There are some people who are like this. They're not trying to tell you, they're not here to tell you, Okite is bad, what Akwa Okuko and the rest are doing is bad. No, they will just support Akwa Okuko. Oh, leave those guys alone. Leave those guys alone. Because the people dealing with Akwa Okuko are the government. So these guys hate the government. So to them, leave Akwa Okuko alone. For what? Why would they leave Akwa Okuko alone? Why would they leave Onyeze Jesus alone? Are they teaching our youth the good examples? Now, let me tell you something about this culture and tradition. I am not going to dump my culture, but if there's anything in my culture that I think is bad in my culture, I will dump it. I will have to dump it. I'll cut out that part. And that is my attitude to everything. I will go to a thing. I will choose the things that are okay with that thing. Any other thing that is contrary, I dump it. So when we look at our culture, some say it's our culture they are practicing. I don't know how that looks like our culture. I don't know. Some say it's our culture. How does that look like our culture? Or maybe the evil side of our culture. Now, if I choose to go with you that these are our culture, but the evil side of it, then these are those parts that I will expunge. I will not have anything to do with it. There are cultures in the past, I read about them. You hear about honor killing. You hear about people being punished even to death because of losing their virginity in the past. Now, imagine if that is your culture and you're still doing it today. The government of the day will not allow you to practice that. The government will tell you to stop that. No matter what, somebody cannot die because they lost their virginity. There are limits to, if your culture does not permit that, there is how to deal with people who do that. You can't kill them because they lost their virginity. The Bible will tell you, as in the New Testament side, you are judging the woman for fornication. Where are the men who committed fornication with her? Even when you look at somebody and lust after her, you have committed fornication. So some of you are judging that particular woman, are committing fornications in your brain. So let's get back to the other point. I mean that of the person who said they should be held while investigation continues, that it might take long, against those who are saying it's overdue. Now look at what this person wrote. He said, the immoral things our youths engaged in beforehand just to make money were put in a stop or curbed to the highest minimum by the almighty intervention of the governor. Look at what this person wrote. This person is in support of the governor. He said the kidnapping, Yahoo Plus, drug peddling, ritual killing, and other daredevil things our youths were formerly engaged in just to make millions were really checked by the intervention of our solution governor, who started to attack the problem from the root. And this guy sees the problem from the root as the native doctors. They are the ones giving these guys the backup. Look at what he said. He said, the root of all this is those native doctors, Okite, that derived joy in convincing our youths with their juju, which had eventually shortened their lives. And that is the fact. That is the fact. He continued, though, let me read. He said, do you see why I confidently said that the arrest of Akwa Okuko is the greatest achievement of our solution governor? We all should know that Soludo is a problem solver. He dealt with banks in Nigeria and banking business became stable. I remember when Soludo was merging banks and increasing their capital base. For you to run a bank in Nigeria, you have to deposit certain huge amount. When your bank start having problem, that will be your backup. You remember how banks in Nigeria collapsed those days? Because of not having a huge capital base. People are told stories, but people's money are lost. You don't have something to go with. So this guy believes in Soludo, that what Soludo is doing is good. He said because of his policy, banks no longer fold in Nigeria. Ever since Soludo, under Obasanjo's tenure as a civilian government, you remember? Soludo was the CBN governor. So this guy wrote further. In the case of Anambra State, he uprooted the root cause of kidnapping and unnecessary killings in Anambra through the arrest of these native doctors. And by so doing, the rate of kidnapping and other evil activities carried out by the youths have reduced to the barest minimum. Soludo has foresight. He's seen very far, period. For this reason, we the Anambrarians need him again. He's talking about second tenure now. Now, he concluded by writing, remember, I'm aligned to no political party. I only spoke the truth, for only the truth can set us free. I rest my case, he concluded. You see, only the truth can set us free. The fact is that what this guy said and what you already know about these native doctors, they are not helping our youth. They are misleading our youth. Though it is hard to bring evidences against them, but we know the kind of things they do. And perhaps that is why the government is taking their time to gather more evidences. So I will advise you to leave the government on this particular one. Leave the government to work. Our place needs cleansing. And that is quite true. Before now, you saw what Anambra is turning to. Everywhere, okite, get rich. There is no principle of success or getting rich the way Okite is presented. We must call evil evil. Whether Soludo is a good governor or not, but on that side, he is doing a good work. These guys are the people giving these guys, our youth, the courage to go into evil. And I am happy the other day, they are crafting a law that will handle things like this. Even while Soludo is away, things like this will be handled. Things like this must stop. And these guys should not be called native doctors. They are not native doctors. The native doctors are the ones that prepare medicine, good medicines for health. These guys are Juju priests, evil priests. They must be stopped. If the governor decides to pardon them, I don't know. But things like this must stop. Viewers, what do you think? Share this video, please. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. I remain your host on this program, Azoka Oje. Bye-bye for now.